What's up, guys? This is Sam with Guitar Ramble. We're in the workshop of Mr. Dan Blom outside of Nashville, Tennessee, checking out EB Rooster Guitars. How you doing, Dan?
Good. Thanks for coming by.
Yeah,
appreciate it.
Glad to be here. Can you tell us a little bit about EB Rooster and about yourself?
I have been a repair guy here in Nashville area since 1991. I've done stints at Rooster Guitars. Ran their shop for about a year and a half before I left, and then worked with Joe Glazer for a while, and have been on my own probably more than I have been working for somebody else, but nevertheless learned a lot by working at those shops, and do a lot of restoration, repair work, that type of thing. So we do everything from minor setups to full-blown restorations.
Great. So EB Rooster, can you talk about how that got started and what it is and a little bit about that?
Well, you know, I didn't initially get into the business just to solely repair guitars. I knew it was bread and butter, but I wanted to be creative because there's creativity. I mean, I just needed to get it out. But unfortunately, we lost our son in 2014 to a heroin overdose, and we decided a couple of years later that we just needed to do something to help. And so we decided to start building guitars and giving some of the money back off of our retail price to help people that are suffering from trauma and mental illness, which most of the time leads to some form of addiction or some sort of behavior that can be destructive. So, and we just decided that with all the years of looking at guitars at my bench, I think I had a pretty good idea of what was good, what was bad, what needed improvement. And so I decided to just start putting some stuff together and see what everybody thought about it. And I've been real happy with especially the sound and the playability of the guitars. And yeah, we're on number 52 right now. Just been doing this for a couple of years now. So, but Carter Vintage has been helping us out by displaying our guitars at their shop. And we welcome people to get a hold of us and say, hey, I want you to build me this guitar, and we love doing that part too. So
You guys, what's it, ebrooster.com? Is that the best way?
ebroosterguitars.com is the website, and we also have Facebook page, we also have Instagram, yeah, we've got we're getting a lot of buzz lately, and that's good. Mm-hmm. So people, for the most part, I mean, I shouldn't say for the most part, but more importantly than anything, the people that buy our guitars love them, and they love playing them. They find a connection with the guitars, and the biggest compliment is if you want to keep the guitar the rest of your life, because it does what it wants to for you, and that's right. The highest compliment that we could be paid. And that's, we hope that's how everybody feels about it, because we kind of feel like they're our kids, you know? So.
Awesome. Well, this one that you're holding here is actually my personal guitar, and I found it. It's one of your first ones, number 4, I think.
Number 4, yeah.
I found it right after you guys basically started.
Yeah, this is great. This is really a joy for me to see this, because not only do I get to look at it, but I get to see how it's doing, and that's important to me. I want to see down the road what these guitars are doing. You know, when we plugged it in a while ago, I mean, it was just, I knew there was something special about this guitar from the first time I plugged it in, and it's still got it. I mean, it's better than ever. And this is the only kind of guitar this is the only one of its kind that we made. We burnt the finish on it. We did a gunstock oil finish to it. We've not done another one like this, but we have been thinking about doing a few more like this, because man, this thing is resonant. It is just beautiful sounding. I love this guitar. I would probably give you your money back if you wanted to leave it.
No, I like that one too much. But it's a pine body, right?
Pine body.
Torrefied maple neck.
Torrefied maple neck, Lawler 52 pickups, and an engraved Bakelite pick guard. I mean, it's just what we weighed this earlier. What did we say it was again?
6.3.
6 pounds 3 ounces, which is nice and light, but it's so resonant. And the Lawler 52s are just spectacular pickups.
And all the wear marks are all from me.
Yeah.
It wasn't Relic, so that's just from playing it.
And that's cool. I love to see that. I mean, I
Play it all the time.
see your posts on Facebook and stuff, and I keep seeing this old brown telly being played, and I'm just like, it makes me happy.
Mm-hmm. It makes me happy too.
Yeah.
All right, so tell us about this one.
This one here is a little different T style. It's got the contours on it. This is made out of obeechi, which is a hardwood out of Africa, and it can be very light, but it's very resonant. And this is one of our custom necks. As you can see, highly figured bird's eye maple, compound radius, 10 to 14 inch on the fingerboard, 6105 style fret wire, stainless steel. Illuminlay markers on the sides, so they'll charge up either with your flashlight or under light in the green room, and you get on stage and you'll be able to see where you're playing. It's really cool. We've spent a lot of time searching out hardware to put on our guitars, and we've landed in a few spots, and one of them is hip shot tuners. We're really happy with the hip shot locking tuners. They have a nice ratio, they stay in tune. We also use Schroeder bridges out of California. Jason and Elizabeth Schroeder make these, and we love how they hold the saddles in place. Always knew that was a better solution. Screwed down in the front. This particular guitar has the Fishman Fluence Greg Koch set in it, which is an active system that you recharge with your phone charger when you need to. You don't have to sit there and change batteries out. And then, of course, we have this custom pickguard that is made out in California by a company called Deco Boom. He does a lot of very cool, interesting materials that he works with, and it just really puts that final touch on here. And this one's got a real fancy little switch tip knob too, that's knurled. But this one was autographed by Kingfish Ingram, young blues artist that is up and coming and just creating a storm. In this particular guitar, we've donated to the Pinetop Perkins Foundation out of Clarksdale, Mississippi. And in October, they have a gathering they call Homecoming, and this is going to be raffled off to raise money to help kids learn how to play and keep the heritage of blues music alive. And Clarksdale, Mississippi is the perfect place to do that. So we've been there a few times. We're getting more and more involved with that group of people. And yeah, somebody that gets this is going to have a really fine guitar, because we were playing it earlier too, and it's wonderful. Yep. It sounds great. This is a new one that we haven't finished yet. This will be our first all torrefied wood guitar. It has a torrefied swamp ash body and a torrefied flame maple neck. Torrefied means it's been put in a chamber, kind of slow cooked, solidifies the cellular structure, makes it more light, resonant, but it turns it this brown color, and it smells like it's toasted. I mean, there's a scent to it. So this guitar, I had strings on it earlier. I'm just finishing up on some details, but it is alive. It is incredibly alive. You're going to have to really hang on when you play this guitar. So it's a beauty. It's going to be nice. I want to talk to you about this one here. This is something that, like I was talking earlier, I had worked with Joe Glazer for a few years, and he's, renowned throughout the country, probably the world, for his repair shop here in Nashville. But he's also known for his string bending system that he puts in his guitars. And Joe has recently redesigned and just improved his bending system. It just baffles me as to what he's done with it, and we are proud to be collaborating with him to put some of his benders in our guitars. First off, what we had to do, we knew the benders were available, but with us using the Schroeder bridge pretty consistently and almost exclusively on our T-style guitars, we contacted the folks at Schroeder because we have to have a certain couple slots in here milled for the string bender system. And so we committed to buying an amount of these bridges so that we could continue to offer this incredible bridge with a bender system in it. So what happens is right here there's this little cam here, string goes through there, and there's a spring. It's hard for me to even describe what it is, but here's what happens. You hook your strap up, your guitar strap up to this, and as you're playing you'll push the neck down like this and it'll activate this, and what that does is it automatically bends. On this guitar it'll bend the B string up a whole step. So it's basically trying to mimic the pedal steel type of sound out of a regular guitar and a bender system. This is probably one of the smoothest non-invasive systems that there is available, and Joe's done a wonderful job with revamping this system because he can install this in about an hour now, which used to take days.
It has no weight practically.
No, I asked him about that, and he says, the amount that I take just by drilling the hole, he routes a little bit under here, he routes a little bit under here. He says that amount of material, it's kind of it evens out with the weight of the bender system, so it really doesn't add or take away too much weight. It pretty much is the same way it was before I had the bender put in. But
It's very cool.
so this is like the third one that we've done so far. So first one we did is already sold, was custom ordered, and we just brought one of these down to Carter Vintage this week. Should be hanging up in their store right now. So this is the next one to go down there. But if you're interested in bender guitar at all, this is a smooth system, and give ours a look because I think you'll be pleasantly surprised. We really try and watch the weights of our guitars and the quality of the materials on it. And of course the setup and everything else like that is what we kind of take pride in, and people have commented to us, the most about. So have a go at our EB Rooster.